No, I haven't seen that one either. This There's tons of movies that come out every single year. What's up, guys and gals? Jared here, and you know what? There are tons of movies released every single year, so sometimes it's actually difficult to watch every single movie that comes out in theaters. And then those movies get tacked onto our backlog, and I mean, there's superhero movies, there's cult classics, there's award winners. All of these movies are sometimes movies that we just missed out on. And instead of watching some of those movies, I mean, you might just sit at home and watch Night at the Roxbury for the 23rd time. Now, I thought it'd be interesting and a little bit of fun to go over 5 movies that I haven't seen that are like cult classics, ones that people talk about all the time, some that are true, like every movie lover or fan needs to see, and obviously I haven't watched them. Now, I could just list off 5 movies, say I haven't seen them, and then roll credits. But that's not what I'm gonna do here. Instead, I'm gonna list off one movie, say I haven't seen it, and then also kind of, I guess what the movie's about, some of the plot points, and then also read off the actual plot to see how far off I am and how wrong I am about this movie. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? So first up is The Godfather. Now, I haven't seen this movie at all. I've heard from everyone that it's a must-see movie. It's amazing. I mean, the first one's really good. I heard the second one's really good. The third one, maybe not so good. So I'm pretty sure that The Godfather follows like the Italian mob that lives in America now, and there's this dude called like the Don, and he's like, hey, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. And this all happens at like a wedding, his like daughter's wedding, I think. And then there's like mobster stuff, there's illegal stuff, there's people dying and whatnot. And then I'm assuming that there's this one guy from like a different family, and he's trying to rise the ranks through the mob, gain more popularity in the mafia, but then he has to like backstab people on his way to the top, and then he eventually takes over the crime. And yeah, is that The Godfather? Oh, and then there's a dude that wakes up and there's a dead horse head in his bed next to him. I think that's it. So the actual plot is... Okay, so The Godfather is based on a novel of the same name and focuses on the powerful Italian-American crime family of Don Vito Corleone, played by Marlon Brando. When the Don's youngest son, Michael Al Pacino, reluctantly joins the mafia, he becomes involved in the inevitable cycle of violence and betrayal. Although Michael tries to maintain a normal relationship with his wife, Kay, played by Diane Keaton, he is drawn deeper into the family business. I mean, I pretty much guessed the movie. It's a rough outline, the Sparks Note version. I didn't list off that it's a 3-hour-long movie, but I mean, a guy rising through the ranks of the mafia, that's pretty much, I've already pretty much seen the movie. Next up is Field of Dreams. Yes, I live in Iowa. This is a big thing for our state. Everyone goes and sees this as like a tourist destination, but I have not seen this movie. I've only heard things. I know that there's a line in the movie where it's like, if you build it, we will come, or they will come. I mean, it's been referenced, used in a bunch of other movies, so I'm pretty sure that Kevin Costner is in this movie. He lives on a farm. He builds a baseball field in his cornfield because his wife wants him to, and says, if you build it, they will come. But then there's magic and dreams. It's a magical field, and old baseball players that are actually ghosts that have died before come and play baseball for these people. And it's like James Earl Jones and some dude like Shoeless Joe Jackson, who is actually Kevin Costner's dad. So then they have this emotional scene where they're like playing catch with each other because they never actually got to play catch when he was alive. But Shoeless Joe Jackson and the other baseball players can't leave the field because of its magic, and it's a really heartwarming story. Okay, so the actual plot to Field of Dreams is... Field of Dreams follows Iowa farmer Ray, played by Kevin Costner. Okay, I got that. He hears a mysterious voice one night from his cornfield saying, if you build it, we will come. He feels the need to act despite taunts of lunacy. Ray builds a baseball diamond on his land, supported by his wife Anna. Afterwards, the ghosts of great players start to emerge and from the crops to play baseball, led by Shoeless Joe Jackson. But as Ray learns, this Field of Dreams is about much more than bringing former baseball players out to play. That's pretty close. I want to say that I nailed that one. I mean, Shoeless Joe Jackson, I don't think that he's actually Kevin Costner's dad, but there's like ghosts, they're playing baseball. Someone says, if you build it, they'll come. So, yeah, I've seen the movie. Don't need to see it. This next one is one that I'm pretty sure everyone knows the plot of or the big twist, and that's The Sixth Sense. Like, everyone knows this has been spoiled year and year and year. Everyone knows the plot twist of this one. They references it in what Scary Movie and comedies like that and parodies, so you know exactly what the twist of this movie is. Anyways, I know that this movie comes from M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, and it has Haley Joel Osment in it, and he's like a kid that can see dead people, and he's like, I see dead people. And then he has this gift, and these dead people come to him because they need something from him, but then Bruce Willis shows up, and he's actually dead the whole time. That's the spoiler. That's the plot twist. But Bruce Willis is like hanging out with Haley Joel Osment because he needs him to like talk to his wife for him, because it's almost like he needs an interpreter, like Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost, like Patrick Swayze's The Ghost. I'm pretty sure that these might actually be in the same universe, but that's about all the movie's about. I mean, it's a horror film, it's scary, that's why I haven't probably seen it, and also the fact that there's that twist, but yeah, it's just Bruce Willis and this kid hanging out for the whole movie. And The Sixth Sense, that's hard to say. The actual plot is, young Cole Sear, played by Haley Joel Osment, is haunted by a dark secret. He is visited by ghosts. Cole is frightened by visitations from those with unresolved problems who appear from the shadows. He is too afraid to tell anyone about his anguish except child psychologist Dr. Malcolm Crowe, played by Bruce Willis, as Dr. Crowe tries to uncover the truth about Cole's supernatural abilities. The consequences for client and therapist are a jolt that awakens them both to the unexplainable. Okay, so the kid can see dead people, and Bruce Willis is dead, and he's talking to the kid. What else is there? Okay, this next one is gonna be a deep cut. This is gonna hurt a lot of people. I know John over at the Real Talk, I think that this is one of his favorite movies, but I've never seen Watchmen. Okay, I did try to watch this years and years ago. We made it through the first few minutes of the film. There was a big snowstorm, and then the power went out. Never to watch it again. Okay, now piecing this together, it's a DC Comics story. It's dark, it's gritty, it's this group of superheroes, and I think that there's one that has like a cigar the whole time. There's this hot chick. There's a blue glowing dude with a huge dong, I think. There's a dude in like a trench coat. I think his name's Rorschach. I think that his face is all weird, or he's wearing a mask. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that the movie follows around like these groups of people. They're superheroes, but then like they're going into retirement, but one of them comes back and like kills all of them. So there's like this conspiracy going on, but then like they find out that it's actually one of their best friends, but then they have to put aside their differences because there's actually a world-ending scenario. So then they have to like put aside their differences and work together and end that threat, and roll credits. Oh, and then there's an extended version that has like comic strips in the movie, and it's like an 18-hour long movie. I feel like I pretty much nailed this one, but the actual plot is, in an alternate 1985 America, costume superheroes are a part of everyday life. When one of his former comrades is murdered, masked vigilante Rorschach, okay, I got that, uncovers a plot to kill and discredit all past and present superheroes. As he reconnects with his retired associates, only one of which actually has true powers, Rorschach glimpses a far-reaching conspiracy involving their shared past and catastrophic consequences for the world's future. Psst, I nailed it. Someone dies, Rorschach is wearing the trench coat, I mean, there's conspiracy, there's world-ending scenarios. I've pretty much already seen Watchmen, too. And the last film I'm talking about here is one that has an iconic shower scene, and I'm not talking about Backdoor Sluts 5, that's a good movie, but this is actually 1968's Psycho. So, okay, what I've gathered is that this is a horror film, and it follows this girl that goes to a motel, and it's a really creepy motel, and I don't know why she's there by herself, but then it's like run by this dude named like Norman Bates, because of the Bates Motel TV show, so I know that that's his name. It's a really creepy thing. He has a weird relationship with his mom, because he loves his mom, and I think that he wants to like or something like that, I don't know, but then he kills the girl in the shower, or someone at his motel kills the girl in the shower, and then I think that that's actually the end of the movie. The rest of the movie is just them talking or whatever like that, and then the police show up and they either arrest Norman or they kill him and shoot him to smithereens. The end of the movie, that's it. Oh, I forgot, and there's that iconic shower scene, and it's like with the music, so I know that that's in the movie too. So Psycho follows Phoenix real estate secretary Marion Crane, who is on the run for stealing $40,000 from her employee in order to run away with her boyfriend Sam Loomis. And then she's overcome by exhaustion during a heavy rainstorm. Traveling on the back roads to avoid the police, she stops for the night at Ramshackle Bates Motel and meets the polite but highly strung proprietor Norman Bates, played by Anthony Perkins, a young man with an interest in taxidermy and a difficult relationship with his mother. What the fuck? Taxidermy? What kind of weird shit is this? What's going on in this movie? I mean, I got the shower scene right, but other than that, I didn't get any of that movie correct. So those are 5 movies that I have never seen. People always talk about them, they're referenced, but nope, I haven't seen them. So what about you? What are some movies that are missing from your viewing roster? Or how could I be so far off by some of these plots? Or do I need to stop making videos for about a week and catch up on all of these movies I haven't seen? I want to hear about it in the comments below. Anyways, guys, there's plenty of movies I have not seen, so maybe I can come back and do this kind of format a little bit more often. But as always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.